Guys, in today's video, we are going to be making a removable garage floor winch. Check it out. Welcome to another episode of This Old Hooptie, where I take this piece of crap and try and make it into something a little more pretty, I hope. In today's video, I'm finally going to be able to get these trucks in and out of the garage. We're making a floor-mounted winch. Let's get to it. So the plan is to turn all of this stuff into a removable winch and mount right here on the floor. We're going to take the bumper receiver and mount that to the floor, and then make some sort of a removable setup that's going to have the winch on this piece here. See how we do. Okay, so between both walls, I have just under 22 feet from this wall here to that wall over there. So we're going to come in the middle at 11 feet. So I'm going to go from that wall there to here at 11 feet, make my mark, and that's where we're going to mount this thing. All right, so I think this is a solid plan. I'm not going to make it exactly center because, like I said, I'm using a D-ring in the floor, plus I'm using the winch, so I'm going to kind of even these things out here. This is almost always the center of where I like to pull things in, so I've got enough room on both sides to pull engines in and out, lighting, etc., yada, yada, yada. So, all right, let's get the hammer drill out. Let's make some holes in the ground, mark these things off, and rock and roll. I'm going to make a little mark in the concrete so the drill doesn't walk all over the place when we're starting it. All right, so the sleeve anchors need to be dropped through the top. All right, I gotta make these holes a little bit bigger so I can get these to sink through here. All right, 1, 2, cool. All right, first part's ready to go. We've got our D-ring mounted to the floor. We've got our receiver mounted to the floor. All right, let's find a way to make this smaller winch fit to the bigger plate. It doesn't have the right holes for it, so we'll figure that out. So, what I'm thinking is, I'm just gonna stick this on top of here. I'm going to cut out along here on the front, and I'll slide this forward so it fits flush. And then I'm just going to weld it in on the sides and weld it in on the front, make this a permanent part, and then I'll just need some longer bolts so I can get this and that attached. I think that's the plan. Is that the plan? Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, that's the best way to do this, right? The way I can make use of the bottom plate. Let's do that. Let's mark this out. Let's mark all of our holes. So the winch uses these outside holes here. We mark where this is. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut this front part off there. Yeah. Let's go over to the table and cut this up. Look at that. All right, let's clean this up with a grinder and connect the two pieces. Alright guys, so you get the idea. It's kind of just a mock-up for now. I still have to take the stuff back off and paint this so it's all clean. But that now fits on there and can be bolted up from the bottom onto this new tray. And here is the final pieces, which are going to connect to the back of here. Like that. Those are going to go there like that. All right, so here's what I came up with. I took the original tray for the winch, mounted it inside here as you guys saw, created these two little brackets right here, so I'll have somewhere to mount the power solenoid and the power switch, or the what is this, the in-out switch. So this I think will do exactly as I need. Let me finalize these pieces, get a couple holes in here for some bolts, and then we can try it out. All right, we'll let that dry off for a second, then we'll give it a super fancy Rust-Oleum topping, make it all matte black again, and then while this is drying, we'll get back over there and finish the two back pieces for the power solenoid and the switch. Okay, let's let that dry. We'll give it another coat in about 15 minutes. Let's get this painted up and then we'll come back here and assemble stuff. All right, let's get the wires hooked up. All right, you guys' mileage may vary, but I've got a black one, a red one, a yellow one, and a blue one. And over here, we've got a yellow washer and we've got a gray washer. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're gonna go from the gray to the blue, from the yellow to the yellow, and the red and the black. Of course, the red and the black are gonna go off to the battery. And then there's an ignition wire here in the remote harness or the wire harness. And this would normally go to the ignition of your vehicle. We're going to wire this back over to this stud here. This way it can be run outside of a vehicle. We're going to use these pretty little boots here, cover everything all nice like. On mine, the nuts are 10 millimeters. Zip tie these all together right here. All right, time for testing. This thing's a solid piece of kit. So that's the permanent part. We just pop this in here like so. There's a spare battery. There we go. Okay, let's get some juice going in this thing. That's not going to fit on there, so I'm going to need to make these holes a little bit bigger. Might as well be comfy, right? Well, that's the start. All right, let's see here. To set this remote, you hold down the in and the out button for 5 or 6 seconds. A red light will come on in here, and you should be good to go. That's out. That's in. So we'll be able to use this from inside the trucks to wheel ourselves in and out. All right, so for giggles, to test the pull, I threw a tow strap, hooked it up to a shackle to the line. This remote automatically turns off. You got to press both buttons in until the red light comes on. 4, 5, red light is on, and now we are connected. Check that out. You guys know how it works. Everything I use in these videos is left in the description down below or off to the side. So if you need or want any of this stuff or just more information on it, that's where you go to get it. All right, so this is ridiculously cool. I don't even have the D-ring hooked up yet, and this is light work. Obviously there's no engine in here, but check this out. All the way out here, I can pull this thing by myself. I'm gonna have to mess with the D-ring and basically hooking it back to itself. So what that'll look like is this. Now the way that I'm normally gonna be using this, like I said, I'm gonna hook back to itself in the line over here, and then I'm gonna loop it around a shackle so it's pulling against itself. This connected to here should cut the weight in half, which will put considerably less load on the winch. And as you can see, it's nothing. That is ridiculously cool. I just want to do it like 50 more times. So the coolest part by far of this whole setup here is that it's easily removable. We pull the pin, like so, and then just take this part, and bam, that's it. That's all that's left in my floor. All cleaned up and put away. Stowed for next time use. Obviously, I'm gonna need to make some space over here so I can get it on a shelf. But for now, that doesn't take up much space. Okay, you guys know how I end these videos. Like it if you like, don't if you don't. Subscribe to keep up with my latest shenanigans, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.